He works for the gentleman that owns the car, and he's the real car guy in the office. Let's take a look.
All right. The owner acquired it back in 1976, and he bought it from a dealership in Monte Carlo.
From dusty garages to gleaming showrooms, Chasing Classic Cars took us on a memorable journey into the heart of automotive restoration. Key figures such as Roger Barr and David Gooding appeared on the show and brought their A-games. And then there's Evan Ide, known for his deep knowledge of car history and mechanics. At the center of the activities is the passionate host and Ferrari expert Wayne Carini. With an eye for detail, he uncovers and restores classic cars to their former glory. Viewers appreciate Wayne for his genuine passion and the respectful approach he takes towards restoration and the stories behind each car. Although the show captivated car enthusiasts for years, it ended its run abruptly in 2021. What drove this beloved series to the finish line? Let's shift gears and find out.
Hi, this is Wayne Carini from Chasing Classic Cars, and when I'm shipping an important car like the Rain Man Buick, I always call Intercity Lines.
Chasing Classic Cars, hosted by Wayne Carini, takes viewers into the intriguing world of classic car restoration. The show aired on Motor Trend and concluded in August 2021 after a successful run of 17 seasons and 204 episodes. During its run, the show featured Wayne's quest to discover, buy, restore, and sell some of the rarest and most exotic cars ever made. Each episode is a journey, starting with the hunt for hidden automotive gems, followed by the meticulous restoration process to bring these cars back to their former glory, and culminating in either a sale or auction. Wayne Carini, with his profound expertise in Ferrari restoration and a keen eye for classic cars, drove the series. His passion for cars is evident as he explores garages, barns, and collections across the United States of America to find rare classics to restore. Just so you know, the series isn't just about the restoration, but also the stories behind these cars, which Wayne often uncovers through his interactions with other collectors and experts. The restoration process featured in the show is detailed, thorough, and showcased Wayne's commitment to preserving the authenticity and history of each vehicle. Activities on the show are not as easy as they sound. It often involves challenging restorations that bring cars that have not been seen in decades back to life. And the audience gets a true insider's look at the technical aspects of restoration and the challenges that come with it. A significant part of the series also revolves around the auctions where these restored cars are sold. These episodes provide a glimpse into the classic car market dynamics, including the excitement and unpredictability of auctions. Wayne's expertise often shines through as he navigates these high-stakes environments, making strategic decisions about when to sell or hold onto a car. With such a robust knowledge of cars, it's only normal to want to know how Wayne developed his affinity for cars. So, how did Wayne's affinity come to be? And how did Chasing Classic Cars come into existence? Wayne Carini, born in Portland, Connecticut, has carved a niche as a popular car restorer and TV personality, widely recognized from the hit series Chasing Classic Cars. Wayne's professional journey in car restoration began in earnest right from his father's shop during his school years, where he was immersed in the world of classic cars from a young age. His father, a skilled restorer himself, provided the foundational skills and knowledge that Wayne would build upon throughout his career. Wayne spent countless hours in his father's shop, honing his skills on classics like Duesenbergs, Lincolns, and Packards. This early exposure to car restoration, particularly with classic models, set the stage for his future specialization in Ferraris, a brand that would define much of his career. By the time he was in third grade, Wayne was skilled enough to rebuild a Model A engine. However, a particular event redefined Wayne's love for cars and restoration. This came after Wayne rode in a 1960 Rosso Chiaro Ferrari 250 SWB, which further deepened his love for Ferraris. Wayne's deep connection to Ferraris was further influenced by his family's relationship with Luigi Chinetti. Chinetti, a pivotal figure in automotive history, was responsible for establishing Ferrari's presence in the United States and was instrumental in their racing success. This relationship fostered Wayne's unique insights and opportunities in the world of Ferrari, enhancing his expertise and passion for the brand. Through Chinetti, Wayne gained access to rare models and the intricacies of Ferrari engineering and design, which greatly enhanced his capability and reputation as a restorer. This mentorship and direct exposure to high-caliber Ferraris allowed Wayne to develop a nuanced understanding of what makes these cars special. What many people don't know about Wayne is that he almost ditched his career as a car restorer for education. At some point in his life, Wayne stopped car restoration to pursue a degree in art. However, he had an epiphany after realizing the meager paycheck art teachers were given. Moreover, getting a job in his field was close to impossible. Upon this realization, Wayne dropped education and picked up his restoration tools again, and he has not stopped since then. Over the years, Wayne's reputation grew as he became known not just for his restoration skills, but also for his ability to uncover and revive Ferraris that had been long forgotten or were in disrepair. His work often involved extensive restorations, which required a meticulous approach to preserving the authenticity and performance of these iconic vehicles. As a result of these experiences and his growing expertise, Wayne became a respected figure in the car restoration community, particularly with classic Ferraris. His ability to restore these vehicles to their original glory, coupled with his deep respect for their history and engineering, made him a sought-after expert in the field. This recognition eventually led to the creation of Chasing Classic Cars, where his passion and skill could be shared with a wider audience, showcasing not only his restorations but also the fascinating stories behind these classic cars. Although a TV show was never Wayne's intention, a group simply wanted to follow him around completely unscripted and make a show out of it. However, when the show kicked off, it became more than just a series about cars. It was about passion, history, and the personal journeys of both the cars and their collectors. So when Jim Ostrowski, head of Essex Television Group Incorporated, decided to venture into creating Chasing Classic Cars, Wayne Carini was a natural choice for the spotlight. Ostrowski was particularly drawn to Wayne's deep-rooted passion and extensive experience in restoring classic cars, especially his specialized work with Ferraris, which had already earned him a respectable reputation in the automotive community. The concept for the show was to capture the full process of classic car acquisition, from discovery through to restoration and auction, all seen through the eyes of a seasoned expert. Chasing Classic Cars first aired in 2008 and quickly became a hit, turning into an addictive mix of discovery, restoration, and adrenaline. Wayne's charisma and deep knowledge of cars, combined with his knack for storytelling, made the series even more compelling. Viewers were treated to the exciting process of hunting down automotive treasures that had been hidden away for years, restoring them with painstaking attention to detail, and then navigating the thrilling and sometimes unpredictable world of car auctions. What set Chasing Classic Cars apart was not just the cars themselves, but Wayne's ability to connect with the stories behind these rare vehicles, bringing out the human element of the car collecting world. While Wayne is a businessman who intends to profit from the restoration, not all projects are financially successful. Under Ostrowski's direction, the show effectively captured the high stakes and high rewards of classic car restoration and collection. It showcased not only Wayne's successes, but also the risks and occasional losses inherent in the business, providing an authentic view into the classic car world. This dynamic combination of intriguing narratives, expert restoration, and real-world business dealings ensured that Chasing Classic Cars resonated with a broad audience, from die-hard car enthusiasts to casual viewers. Another epic reason why Chasing Classic Cars stands out from other car programs is that Wayne scours the United States for unique vehicles. Also, Wayne frequently reveals classic vehicles not seen in the public for decades. Some of those cars include the 1952 Muntz Jet and the 1964 Shelby Cobra USRRC Roadster. While Wayne restores and sells most of these vehicles, he adds some to his personal collection. He owns more than 25 classic cars, including the 1936 Ford pickup and the 1948 David Divan. However, despite the TV show doing great numbers on air and having numerous fans across the world, the show ended abruptly. The show concluded its run with its 17th season. The final episode, titled Back to the Future, aired on August 18, 2021. As expected, different speculations have been flying around since the show's unceremonious end, with some fans suggesting that it ended because of Wayne's legal and financial struggles. Could that be the case? The truth is that Chasing Classic Cars ended for a few reasons, which, like shows of its kind, reflect broader trends and challenges in the television industry. One significant factor is the change in the dynamics of television viewership, with a shift towards streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime, which put pressure on traditional cable networks like the one airing Chasing Classic Cars. Also, these streaming platforms have reshaped viewers' habits, offering on-demand content that has drawn audiences away from traditional cable television schedules. This paradigm shift likely influenced the decision to discontinue the show as networks reassess their programming in light of new competition and viewing habits. As more viewers turn to streaming services for their flexibility and readily available content, traditional networks found themselves under increasing pressure to retain viewers, which might have caused Chasing Classic Cars TV ratings to drop drastically. From the speculations on social media platforms, low TV ratings most likely played a crucial role in the decision to end Chasing Classic Cars, as the network might have needed to reassess its strategy to stay relevant in a rapidly evolving media age. While this might not be accurate, the fact still remains that the transition from cable TV to streaming platforms is real. As a result of this, almost all traditional cable networks are re-evaluating which TV shows to continue producing based on new competitive pressures and viewers' preferences. Shockingly, this paradigm shift didn't just affect our beloved TV show, but is part of a larger pattern affecting various traditional television shows and networks. Safe to say, the increasing competition from streaming platforms will force many cable networks to cancel any TV shows that may not align with modern strategies to capture the divided attention of modern audiences. Similarly, the abrupt end of Chasing Classic Cars can also be attributed to the high production costs inherent in creating such a detail-oriented and travel-intensive show. Each episode on the show was a complex operation involving travel arrangements, equipment transport, and a full crew to capture every fascinating detail of these classic car adventures. The show's format requires a significant investment not just in travel but also in time spent on meticulous filming to ensure that each car's story is told with the depth and respect it deserves. So, imagine the amount of money that would be needed to move across different shows and auction locations in the country. And with the sudden competition with streaming platforms in the sector, cable networks are tightening their belts and focusing on cost efficiency. Maintaining such an expensive TV show is undoubtedly impossible. The speculation that Chasing Classic Cars ended due to the current shift in viewers' habits and the pressure to produce content more cheaply might not be far from truth. In a scenario whereby a TV show faces an uphill battle to justify its expenses against the backdrop of an evolving media industry, such a show isn't immune to cancellation. Also, Wayne Carini's professional responsibilities outside Chasing Classic Cars played a significant role in the decision to end the series. As his fame and credibility in the classic car restoration industry continued to soar, so did the demands on his time soar. Wayne's reputation for restoring classic automobiles to pristine condition meant that his services were in high demand, not just from private collectors but also from exhibitions and classic car shows that required his unique expertise. The high demand for his restoration skills and his involvement in various other projects made it increasingly challenging for him to dedicate sufficient time to the rigorous and time-consuming filming schedule of a TV series. Filming Chasing Classic Cars requires frequent travels to track down rare cars, followed by detailed, often lengthy restoration projects, each of which could take weeks or months to feature properly in an episode. Imagine Wayne juggling multiple restoration projects that each required hands-on attention and meticulous care, while also trying to fulfill the needs of a TV production schedule. This made it practically difficult for him to be available for the constant on-location shoots necessary for the show, which often captured the process of car restoration from start to finish. As Wayne's professional commitment expanded, it likely became a balancing act between continuing his passion for restoring classic cars at the high standard he's known for and meeting the demanding schedule of a television show. This tension between his business obligations and the production needs of Chasing Classic Cars underscores the challenges that often arise when managing a high-profile career in both media and a specialized professional field. Additionally, Chasing Classic Cars, despite its success, faced a series of behind-the-scenes issues that contributed to its eventual conclusion, including financial difficulties experienced by co-star Roger Barr. Roger, a master mechanic and a key figure on the show, encountered personal financial struggles and was reportedly not compensated adequately for his instrumental role in the series. This financial strain, coupled with health issues, eventually led to his departure from the show. Roger's health concerns began to surface more prominently when he contracted a severe leg infection while working at F40 Motorsports, leading to hospitalization in August 2017. His health ordeal was complicated by the demands of his role on the show, which often required long hours and intensive labor. After recovering and returning to work in November of the same year, it became increasingly difficult for him to maintain the rigorous schedule required by the show producers. The situation was aggravated by the financial challenges he faced. Friends of Roger even set up a GoFundMe page to help cover his medical expenses, highlighting the extent of his financial and health difficulties. The lack of adequate compensation, coupled with his declining health, made it unsustainable for Roger to continue his involvement with chasing classic cars. And with the show's mechanic gone, fans believe the show ended with him. Alternatively, the abrupt ending of the show could be caused by the rumored shady ways of operations at chasing classic cars. Some fans believe that, although the restored cars are often attractive on the surface, it's not always as it appears to be depicted on the show. Chasing classic cars has been rumored to charge clients way more than they show the public. Every one of their customers always ends up paying more than promised, with fees and additional costs that can sum up into thousands of dollars. While that seems ridiculous, the show's host Wayne was also accused of flipping cars. Of course, he's a businessman, but fans insist he's been proven to be a flipper that only thinks of the money he'll make when he resells the cars. Also, speculations about the show's discontinuation grew after an irregular season schedule and legal troubles involving Wayne Carini. Wayne faced a legal issue in 2020 involving a lawsuit related to a 1934 Pierce Arrow coupe. The dispute centered around the ownership and sale of the car. According to the lawsuit, a man named William Robert Richmond claimed ownership of the Pierce Arrow after purchasing it and entrusting it to a third party, who then, without Richmond's consent, negotiated its sale to another party. This car eventually ended up being sold to Wayne Carini's company, F40 Motorsports. The situation became further complicated when the car was then sold again, leading to legal actions regarding the rightful ownership and the return of the vehicle to Richmond. This legal battle likely contributed to the challenges faced by the Chasing Classic Cars series, alongside the irregular season schedule mentioned around the same time. However, despite these issues and speculation on social media, posts on the show's official Facebook page hint at ongoing production activities. These posts suggested that despite the challenges, it might not yet be the end for the beloved series. A rebirth, perhaps? While the world waits on the show's producers to release an official statement regarding the cancellation or continuation of the show, Wayne has been actively involved in a variety of projects and events in the classic car world. He recently teamed up with Jay Ward, creative director of Pixar's Cars franchise, to host a podcast titled Talking Classic Cars. They discuss all things automotive, bringing in celebrity guests and sharing their profound knowledge and passion for classic cars. This podcast offers insights into the industry's latest trends and Wayne's personal experiences within the automotive world. A lot of fans have been wondering if he still owns F40 Motorsports, and the answer is a resounding yes. As of the latest information available, he continues to be the owner and operator of F40 Motorsports, along with other business ventures like Continental Auto Limited and Carini Carrozzeria. F40 Motorsports specializes in buying and selling vintage and classic automobiles, and it operates out of Portland, Connecticut. Wayne Carini's long-standing involvement and leadership in these companies have been a significant part of his identity as a prominent figure in the classic car restoration and trading community. The legacy Wayne has created in the automotive industry is worthy of emulation. Despite the numerous accusations, it'll be a treat to see him ignite the show once again.